Greetings ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about Wild West Online. Who remembers Wild West Online? First announced sometime last year, it was going to be a unique Western themed MMO, the only Western themed MMORPG that's going to feature like a bandit and outlaw system. You can, get horses and shoot each other out in the open world. There was going to be PvP, PvE quests, and it just all sounded so good that a lot of people thought that this was the Red Dead Redemption Online that us fans of the series deserved. So I bought a early access founders pack for 30 USD thinking, you know what, if this goes right, this might be a pretty worthy investment, because up until this point I haven't seen an MMO like this. And that was August last year. There's a couple of videos on my YouTube channel that you guys can watch where I talk about the state of the game at the time. So last night's Twitch stream was about me jumping in all these months later because of all the changes that have been coming out for the game, and I was interested to see what's new. And unfortunately, while there are some new improvements, I never got to it because performance issues and optimization it's terrible. And I'm just gonna put in snippets of last night's stream in here for you. I had to cut a lot of it because there's just no point showing it anyway, and there's some entertainment value there. So beyond this video, I'm no longer going to be covering Wild West Online, so that's 30 bucks for my money wasted. So enjoy the video. First time I played this game, it's currently in early access, was last year when they launched early access. And there's a couple of YouTube videos on my channel that of me exploring what early access was like for this particular game. And at the time of early access launch, I was really hyped for this because by all its marketing promotional stuff, this was supposed to be the Red Dead Redemption 2 type of MMO. And I remember clearly one of the press releases I got last year was that this was supposed to be, by all accounts, the unique Wild West Western themed MMORPG. And jumping into early access, it wasn't the case. I spent 30 USD on the early access, package or whatever, and it's 29 euros for those of you in Europe. And I honestly, back then, I could tell you that I regretted this purchase because there was a lot of things that the game marketed that just wasn't in the game yet. Over the last 8 months though, following Wild West Online on social media, there is a lot of changes and patches that the studio have made to Wild West Online in terms of adding more of the feedback that the player base wanted to see in this game. So I have just watched and waited in the sidelines to see if things are going to be drastically improving in terms of gameplay and animation and content, because 8 months ago this game was a shell. There was nothing to do in it. It was just boring. The player base was just not there. So let's go ahead and jump in and see just exactly how much of Wild West Online has changed over the past few months with all the recent patches and everything. And there's a reason why they're kind of pushing it out all at once, because they are going to be launching early access now on Steam sometime next week. I think May 10th is the date that Wild West Online is going to be on Steam. So this is like an old character. I'm going to create a new character. Let's go ahead and see what's new, everything from character creation to the basic gameplay, and let's see if they've added in any fun PvP or anything. So into the game we go. We got Nick Squire in chat. Hello, Nick Squire says, hey, happy Labor Day. Oh yeah, it's Labor Day. You too, man. Happy Labor Day to you. Hope you've enjoyed your holiday so far. Yeah, for me, I don't have public holidays because my job is as a freelance writer. I take all my assignments overseas, and I don't request for public holiday or whatever, because... Alright, anyway. First thing here in the character creation, this is new. This is choosing your faction. Now, this was not available a few months ago when early access launched. So this is cool. You got 3 different factions, gunslingers here, trailblazers, and then tribes. But I can't click on it, so I guess it's not out yet for the early access build. So let's go ahead and read the description. Gunslingers are quick on the draw and always looking to band together with fellow gunslingers. Known for their cunning and scrappy tactics, never count a gunslinger out until they've got a bullet in their head. Not sure if you guys can see the description down there. So the next faction is Trailblazers, and these guys are steadfast mountain men and women, carving out their share of the West with blood, sweat, and black powder. Find home amongst your brothers and sisters in the Trailblazers. So okay, there's 2 factions for you to pick from. I'm gonna go with Gunslingers. And now we get into character creation in earnest. Now that entire faction system is new because that did not exist way back in the first alpha build for early access testing. The factions was only between players. You either be a bandit or you either be an outlaw, and there isn't individual quests or storylines that you follow to do that. You simply kind of sandbox style. You go out and you kill other players who are doing PvE stuff for you to get like a bandit tag, and players who choose to be part of the sheriff's deputy or whatever can go out and kill you. So that's how that system worked. So factions here being in the game now is pretty interesting. Well, 8 months later, I see they still have not added in the female character. So you still can't play as a female character, which is just kind of odd. I mean, okay, never mind. Steam launch is coming out in what, 9 days, and there's no female character. Okay, interesting. So they spent all their time on male character models. Let's go ahead and see some of the facial textures here. So this part of the game hasn't changed since the early access build that I jumped into. It still looks the same. That's unfortunate. So let's stick with that. As usual, my name. Hairstyle, they haven't really added much, have they? It's just the same one hairstyle, and I think there's a reason for that. I did read that they were going to be adding much more stuff to the in-game cash shop, because unfortunately that's the direction that they want to go in. So we'll take a look at the cash shop once we get in game. And then facial features has a lock icon here, so I can't use like tribal tattoos or anything, and I could change the tone. Okay, let's go and create. Let's get into the main menu. Okay, here we go. Main menu hasn't really changed. There's still that one server down here, US East, and that's my ping, and players apparently is very, very low. On the left side of the screen, I've got my storage information, 8 out of 12. So there's already 8 stuff in my backpack, which I don't even know what. And there's 3 things in my global vault. Good to know. Then there's this thing called boosts. I see. So what are these? XP boosts? In Wild West Online. Now again, if you have seen posts from PC Gamer or any of the MMO websites out there, you'd think that this is a classic traditional MMORPG. I'm gonna tell you right now, it is not. It is one of those sort of like a H1Z1 type of game where, or like an ARC game where you are out in the world and then you gain XP through doing different things like exploration or some of the crafting that the game has. Like you can go and be a miner and go grab ore from gold mines and everything, and then bring that back to town and sell that. Now, is there going to be individual skill trees that sort of progresses a certain activity the more you do it? I was kind of hoping that they would add that in. I don't know if that is a feedback that these developers have acted upon, because in terms of progression, it's very, very weak, Wild West Online. So let's go ahead and find out. XP boosts, apparently you can activate that now, and at the bottom here, you'll see how close are you to getting to the next level. And this is how honorable your character is. So this is an honor system. Like I said earlier on, if you want to be a bandit, all you gotta do is just go and harass other people and kill them out there, or kill important town NPCs, and you'll get like an outlaw meter or something. But if you are by the book, if you go to the sheriff's office and you become a deputy, then you're in the good books. This is fame down here. How famous your character is. Maintaining high fame will garner a discount for most vendors. Interesting. As for all these plus points down here, these are for your party or for your gang or your squad or your posse. So you just click that and then you just add your friend. So you can jump into the server right now with a total of 4 other friends if you want to, or you can play solo. Now, before I'm going to jump into the game and show you what gameplay is like and how much has changed, I am very curious to see all these menus up here, because some of these have changed. This thing is new, and that looks like the in-game cash shop icon at the top right. First icon though, this is the Trader's Den coming soon. A community marketplace system that allows you to trade your items with other players. So we got an auction house that you can access right from the main menu. That'll be pretty interesting. Nick in chat says sexist developer. I don't know, Nick. Look, another thing is if you've never heard of Wild West Online before and you're watching this for the first time, whatever, one of the names attached to this game is Sergey Titov. He is one of those developers that has been responsible for some of the most hated online games over the past 5 years. I can't remember what exactly the name of the zombie game was that he created, but it was so poor, and when the reviews were bad, you know, he sent out DCMA or strikes to all these content creators to get them banned or to take down their channels or whatever. You know, he's a very controversial figure, and his name is tied to this game. But he's not involved. I know that now from research. I know that now from, you know, the studio themselves saying that they're only using the engine of the game, which in itself should be worrying because that Titov's game runs like shit. Sorry. So next option here, let's go look at the cash up. Let's see the damage done. Let's see how dirty this thing is. What am I looking at? Okay, treasury notes. Treasury notes are currency in Wild West Online that you can use to buy plots. So if you want to buy like a house or a cabin or something, that you would use in-game treasury notes. So right off the bat, based on what you're looking at right now, you can buy treasury notes for in-game money. Now, are plots on the servers limited to certain players, or is it sandbox to nature where you can just buy and put it anywhere without any restrictions? We don't know just yet, but you can buy these treasury notes for money. Next up, account. What do we got? Okay, you can unlock vault slots, so these are pretty much convenient stuff, and these cost treasury notes as well. It doesn't give you a USD icon, so you need to buy treasury notes with real money and then use your treasury notes to get some of these stuff. There's a collector's edition down here, and then you got boosts. Remember back in the character creator screen, you saw like a whole bunch of 2 different boosts icons, so this is where you put it. You have a 30 days XP boost, event boost. So that's the 2 types of boost that you have. And cosmetics, I'm guessing this is going to be the most popular when it comes to Wild West Online because, excuse me, you know, it is a Western theme MMO. You want to make your character look as Clint Eastwoody as you'd want, and gunplay is going to be a huge thing in WWO because of the amount of guns and the amount of work that the developers put into designing some of these guns, and I'll show you that later once we jump into game. So these are different types of bags. I don't know what these do. Settler premium bag. Let's click on one and see what's in it. It's a oh yeah, this is cosmetics. Garment bag containing cosmetics for your character. Now the store is one way to get them, but in the game itself, you know, you'll see that there will be a couple of main town hubs, and when you go to a town, there's going to be different stores around you. You can go to the bar to have a drink or play some games, and then there's going to be like an outfit store where you can buy clothes using whatever currency in game. So the next one is gun skins. Now I said this is going to be the most popular section of the store perhaps, and unfortunately they don't like sell you individual gun skins. But these are engraving kits. Use engraving paint kits to unlock the custom skins that you want. I see. So it's just like you buy one of these and then you just unlock the gun skin that you want. So I have an early access package, and that's why I've got 888 of these things, and I'm not going to spend it yet. Finally, we've got supplies, hideout cabin tokens, a bundle of 5 hideout cabin tokens. Used to unlock hideout cabins. Oh, okay. And I'll show you where this comes into play, because out in the world there's going to be a bunch of, you know, cabins there. If you were to steal from another player or steal from a caravan or steal from town, and then you're running away from town because everybody's going to be chasing you, they want to kill you and, you know, get their fame or their honor up, you'll see all these cabins out in the wild where you can just quick stop, stash your loot and hide or whatever. So these are tokens to unlock those. And then you've got the large land plot. Stake your claim and build your own house on a large plot of land. So that's what I'm talking about. These are going to cost treasury notes. I don't have enough, so if I wanted to buy a house, I'll have to spend real money here and get that. That is the cash shop, y'all. Up next, you got the friend panel, and then you got the menu panel. And honestly, some of these stuff don't work. I'm Baradhor's full screen right now, but I can't even move to my second monitor. So this thing just does not work. It's still being alpha-y. We got Jay Fairclub in chat. Hey Jay, long time no see. He says, oh god, not this game again. Yeah, it is this game again. I've been holding off, waiting for all the changes to happen. And now that it has happened, it's time to go back in and see just exactly how much have they improved, fixed, or changed some of these crappy stuff that when I was playing it only a few months ago, probably August last year, I was so let down, and I just regretted the $29 that I spent on this game. So let's see how things have changed. I mean, one of the most disappointing things is just animations in general, you know, because it doesn't move and it doesn't feel like a proper MMO game that you'd expect. It's very, very stiff when it comes to running around, and the horse riding is also pretty stiff. So the gunplay, guns, like I said, you know, it's a Western theme MMO. Guns are it's probably going to be the most popular feature on this game, but when I jumped in early access, you know, there's no recoil. It just felt, it wasn't authentic when it comes to like shooting guns and everything. And I'll show you guys that. We will go and do some of these systems and see exactly what's new and what hasn't changed. I'll let you guys know. Okay, that was just some weird effect sound, and that's it. Oh, there we go. Okay, we are now in game, and okay, first things first, in terms of what's changed and what's not, first impressions, animations have not changed at all. This is exactly the way the character moves and he looks, and to me that's just horrid when it comes to an MMO. I don't have a gun or anything just yet, so right now all I can do is just my melee attack. So remember what I said at the start of the stream, that, you know, if you're thinking this is going to be a Western themed MMORPG where quest hub crawls and everything, this is not the game. I think it's a mixture of sandpark. Sorry, it's a sandpark game, so it's a mixture of theme park and a sandbox. Think of, like I said, Ark Survival Evolved and everything. Wild West Online is going to be, like I said, a mixture of a PvP game and a PvE game. From a PvE standpoint, they added in like daily quests sometime last year, and honest to God, when I did those daily quests, they were boring as heck, you know, because without any story, without any context, there's no voice acting here. It's just gonna be, okay, you go to a town and this farmer needs you to collect like 10 flowers like halfway across the world and bring it back to him, and that's it. And if you didn't have a horse, or if you die or somebody stole it or killed it, you have to make that journey on foot. So I have no active missions, but the event is currently on. So that's that for the menu as well. There is an in-game voice chat, and it is, oh my god, no. I'm looking at OBS right now, and it froze. The game froze. Did the game freeze, you guys? You have got to be kidding me. I was discussing about all these changes, and I've been showing everything on the fucking main menu here, and the game just stuck. It's just stuck on OBS. It's not fucking moving. Fucking early access, man. Let me log out to the main menu and see if that fixes it. Okay. We're back live, and now it works again. I don't know why OBS did not pick up the game after a loading screen. Some games that are in development kind of do this, you know, when you're moving between loading screen and in-game, OBS kind of tends to hang. I'm back in, and I wasted 5 minutes on the last part of the last stream explaining things that nobody saw. So that's kind of sad, and I'm sorry, you guys. You guys were just looking at a non-moving video, and nobody said anything. You guys thought I was just talking off the cuff, but I assure you, I was looking at stuff. But so yeah, okay. First things first, like I said, let's go and do it again, and I'll try to keep my emotions in check, and let's talk real facts here, right? what has changed since the last time I played this in early access. Animations, combat stuff were some of my issues with the game because it does not look like an optimal MMO for me in terms of being somewhat open world, in terms of being a theme park and a sandbox. You do see that tiny white dot right above my head. That's your aiming reticle, basically, when you get a new gun and everything. And you just saw the event kind of just flash across your screen. That's what I'm talking about. And also the map changes, the changes to the map. This is what I'm talking about. Previously, when I was last playing this, the map just kind of sucks. It was plain, bland, empty. You couldn't tell anything. They've now gone and added in all these different icons so you know what you're looking at, you know where to go. For example, I am in the town of Stone Creek, and I believe when you create a new character, your starting location could be different. So here's a sheriff deputy area, and then there's a couple of other places as well. Up here in Donnerbrook, you have like gun icons. So I'm not sure exactly what that is because, well, the map does a good job at putting icons now. They don't exactly have a tooltip or a quick chart to explain some of these icons, which is kind of stupid. So you'll have to figure it out for yourself, unless you click on it. So stupid me. Misfortune in the game crashed. The game crashed. Please send this error report 293 kilobytes to help fix the problem and improve this software. No, I ain't sending no shit report. You guys fix your shit. This is frustrating. There is some changes to Wild West Online, and I can't even get in to see it. And most of all, I can't even show you guys what these changes are because the game won't let me for some bloody reason. I don't even feel like doing this tonight. I'm just gonna skip Wild West Online entirely. This is not worth it. This is frustrating. I just want to say that in terms of Wild West Online, this Western-themed MMO, there's been some significant changes in the early access in terms of systems and mechanics and what they've added to the game because it is going to be launching on Steam this month on May 10th. So that's why I wanted to do this stream, to jump in and see exactly what's changed, because I jumped in like in August or in September and I was sorely disappointed. And you can search, you can see that videos on my YouTube channel. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you want to watch more videos, click on these cards. Anyone would do. And if you want to watch more videos, subscribe to the channel with the button down here. I know you want to.